You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul.
And I'm Rob, and this is episode number 454. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it.
And also a big special thank you to our sponsors. I know you've heard us talk about video blocks, subscription site, B-roll footage, segues, transitions, all of that. Well, luckily the response has actually been huge. So Video Blocks wants to thank you and say, hey, check out Audio Blocks. What is Audio Blocks? Well, I'm sure you're ordering music, copyright-free music all the time. Well, it's a subscription-based music site. So they've got loops, they've got little sound effects, and they also have tens of thousands of copyright-free music for you to use in any of your projects. If you head to videoblocks.com/Drone 2016. That's Drone 2016. Notice the difference from last time. So again, videoblocks.com/Drone 2016. You can get Video Blocks and Audio Blocks for $100 off.
That's right.
That's a lot of money. It's almost 50% of the cost right there. So you've got to check it out. Videoblocks.com/Drone 2016.
Great service, great opportunity to get access to a lot of great footage and sound bites. So
Definitely. And we're excited today to welcome all of the people who are going to the Denver training to get their commercial drone license. If you're like them, you want to get your drone license, you need to focus, you need to jumpstart that effort. Now couldn't be a better time. Just check out Drone U Live. We're only going to do 2 more of these trainings, and it's going to move to all online training. So if you want to see us in person, let us know. But then after that, we're going to be doing something really big for next year, Rob.
Yeah, and we hear a lot of people say, I don't think I need that. And we understand the in-person version is not for everybody. A lot of people are fine doing it on their own. But if you're one of those people that's really busy and a real concentrated effort at studying and learning the material would help you, this is a great opportunity for that. And we know people have had a lot of success doing it this way prior to this. So check it out. It's a great way to spend a weekend, get it all done, and be ready to pass your test.
Definitely. Got to check it out, droneulive.com. Now for today's question.
Hello, my name is George Cole. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have a very serious question. How do we check up on our certificates of waiver? I have applied for a couple here in the Class Bravo, and there's one in the Class Delta. And what is the secret sauce for applying for a blanket cow for a Class Bravo, Delta, Charlie, etc.? Very serious question. Please help me out with this. Thank you very much.
Secret sauce, Paul. We would all like to know the secret sauce. I think one of the realities of where we're at is it's pretty new.
It is pretty new.
And so the sauce is sort of still being mixed up, so to speak.
It's the sauce is still a stewing. The green chili still a brewing.
That's right.
So whether you like it green or whether you like it red or you like Christmas, we can get this stew brewing so it's just right for you.
Making me hungry.
That was a nice poetic little... I just made that up. I mean,
Wow.
that was pretty incredible.
That's New Mexican for you. I guess you're New Mexican now. I don't know if you would claim that or not.
You know what? I am
Still
New Mexican because I go out of my way every morning to get green chili and cheese on my hash browns.
That's right.
So.
Still have a DC phone number, but that's okay. We're not holding that against you.
Well, for people out of state, when I call, they think I'm important. So that's the whole idea.
I know, that's always been your theory. Apparently, if you get the 505, you're a dumb butt.
I mean, you go to Denver and you say my number starts with 505, you do get the hairy eyeball. It's the, why do you have the 505 number? It's like, so yeah, like when I say 703, people are like, where's that from?
I kind of dig the 505, as do a lot of people. But anyways, the 703 is cool.
My last hotel room in San Diego was room number 505.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. It's gotta be.
Paradise
I
Point.
think that's trying to tell you need to change your phone number.
No, that's not it at all.
Anyways, okay, so Class B, when you heard the question off the air, you kind of went, ooh, Class B, that's going to be tough.
Yeah,
so
I think.
Talk about that.
Well, we all know that these airspace authorizations are still quite hairy. They're not getting done. In fact, it was really funny on Facebook just the other day. Someone posted in the Drone U community, hey, look, Kevin Morris said that they tripled their employees or they tripled their staff to handle all these new airspace
From 1 to 3.
authorizations. Yeah. Someone wrote
We don't know
from
that.
1
That's
to
just
3
joking.
question
That's
mark.
joking. Oh, they did write that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I couldn't stop laughing. I love the FAA, you know what, but that is funny because we all know they're a little understaffed in that department.
They're working hard. We know they're trying.
At least they're trying, you know,
They
you
are.
got to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it was just funny to me that someone else thought that, you know, are they going from 1 to 3?
Right.
Question mark?
Yeah, no, big difference. 1 to 3 versus 10 to 30.
Well, you know, when they get, they have to about 2,000, requests a month the last time we saw. That's a lot. And I'll be honest, I have requested twice now for Charlie Airspace. This was not in my local area, and I'll explain the difference in that here shortly and why that's important. It wasn't in my local area, but luckily I actually found out this little pie slice of airspace that I could use underneath the shelf of this class Charlie. So I actually flew there and kind of bypassed the entire airspace authorization, but I never got an email back from the FAA while going through the portal for the airspace authorization to this day.
That's frustrating.
Oh yeah.
And it's not acceptable.
No, it's not. And people are flying willy-nilly anyway, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
and
that's actually what it's leading to is people are just going to fly.
Well, that's exactly what it's leading to. Luckily for me, there was a legal alternative.
Right.
But, you know, and why I say it wasn't in my local area. Well, my local area has said, Paul, we want to work with you. We want to help you get the airspace authorizations to fly in this area. I've already had a conversation with them. I just need to go down there, sit with Gary from FSDO and write out the waiver on what I want so that it can go through their office right away. They can get it done, move on.
Yeah.
So your local office can have a very serious effect on your ability to get those authorizations, and they can help out a whole lot. So I think, you know, if this guy were to go down to FSDO and say, look, I have this need, I need this to happen, I want to work with you guys, I need your help, 9 times out of 10, they're going to help you out.
So that ultimately is the secret sauce then.
That is the secret sauce.
Right. So no matter what airspace you're talking about, though obviously some will be more difficult than others, it's really about developing a relationship, which is something that's been said for a long time now on this podcast and other places. Develop a relationship with your local people. And most guys aren't going to take the time to go do that.
No.
They're not going to take the effort. And if you do, there's your sauce.
Yeah. And I will say I haven't done this yet just because I've been so busy. But I do plan on doing it because I want to fly in certain areas for the movies here.
Right.
So I'm planning on applying for those areas. But they will work with you, you know, and you remember, we had this whole conversation too when I say working for the movies. Recently, we had this whole discussion about the MPTOM. MPTOM goes out the window. 107 came out, bye-bye, MPTOM. So, you know, the unions are still pressing this, that you need a 333, you need an MPTOM. That is not correct.
Unless you're flying something over 55 pounds, right?
Sure.
Then you would need it.
That never happens on set,
Okay.
ever. So, unless you're flying like dual reds on a 600, wouldn't come close to 55 pounds.
Okay.
I'm just
so
like sitting here like doing the math. My like,
That's just not going to happen.
No, maybe like 35, 40 pounds, but not 55.
So just to clarify, talking to your local guys, your local FSDO office, what you're saying is that there's the possibility that they can actually help you get the waiver without you having to go through the portal to be very specific. That's a possibility.
Well, no,
there's no guarantees.
No, so there's no guarantee. And again, like I was going to say, I still have to go over there and do this with them and cross-check it. Because nothing's ever real until something happens. You know, actions speak louder than words.
Of course.
But what I was told is go down with them, focus on what we can agree on as far as like what will be okay, how to write up the waiver, and then do it right in front of them.
Gotcha.
That way they have the portal number, they have everything they need so that they can look it up in their system, pull it up, approve it, done.
So basically you're developing an ally in the process, sort of an inside guy.
It's like an insider route to a puzzling.
So the question is
portal.
what can they actually do to help expedite your waiver?
I think they take out the middleman. And by the middleman, I think that's the FAA Washington and I was even told this by local FSDO that, you know, normally all of this goes through FSDO and now it's going through FAA Washington and everyone's scratching their head saying, why?
Yeah, I mean, that's really, that just doesn't make any sense because they don't have an understanding of the local airspace.
Local issues, like, you know, even if we get down to like, you know, parachuting classes, or, if you're on the beach and there's a lot of surfing classes, you don't want to be flying over people. And yeah, there are just little nuances to every airspace. And I think people know that. And I think ATC recognizes that. So
what about following up on one that you have submitted? Is that there's really not a great way to do that either. I mean, you said that you've not even heard back from them, no emails or anything on the one you submitted for San Diego.
But let's clarify, that was, again, outside of my local area. I did not talk to local FSDO when I did that.
Sure.
I just tested the system, and I put 2 through 31 and 35 days before the date that I wanted to shoot, which is the longest period of time I have ever had to plan a Hollywood
it's unusual.
production. Yeah. Still never heard anything. Nothing. Not even a confirmation email. And Kevin Morris even said, you won't get a confirmation email. You'll get a confirmation number once your airspace authorization is being reviewed.
And you haven't gotten that?
No. And the time's passed.
And so there's no, as far as you know, there's nowhere to go check and see what the status of that is.
No.
Other than maybe sending an email that you're probably not going to get a response to.
Probably not. But if I email my local guys, they will respond within a day. They're pretty good. And I'm really happy about that because I always haven't had the best relationship with local FAA.
Yeah. Well.
But now I do.
Yeah, you've.
Kind of.
No, I would say totally.
It's like a date. We're just warming up to each other.
And that's totally cool. So you're saying that if you sent the local guys an email, they'd probably respond. I mean, you feel pretty good about that.
I'm just waiting for a day that I'm free, that I can go down there and meet with them and get this going.
No, I understand. But what I'm trying to get at, is that because they know you, or would they respond to anybody saying the Albuquerque
you're trying
area?
To say, is there like the whole famous factor going on?
No, I'm not going to say that. Famous. Anyways.
Are they just going to do this for you, Paul, or will they do it for everybody?
Not because you're Paul Aiken, but because you've gotten to know them.
Can you do that one more time?
No, it hurts.
No, I actually want to be humble about this. I would hope that they do it for everyone and they treat everyone just as equally.
I understand. And of course we hope that and we believe that. I'm just saying it's because you've gotten to know them. Is that going to maybe, hey, that's Paul.
I think I put my neck out there. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. And maybe so they'll be able to respond a little bit
I think there's definitely an attitude factor. Yeah. You can't go in there guns blazing.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, if someone comes into me for any reason and they're pumping an attitude.
Oh, let me just put it to you this way. That whole the whole meeting, like when I walked in there and the lady was like, oh, you're Paul Aiken. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go.
Yeah. Probably just keep walking out the back door.
Yeah. I mean, literally, my heart sank a little bit. And then when she was just like, you know what? We're going to let bygones be bygones because we hope that we can create a relationship with you.
Yep.
And then my joke of, do I hug you now or do I hug you later? And no one gave me a hug. It was hugless. FAA was hugless that day, but she laughed. It was kind of like
sort of a quasi hug, a chuckle.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a chuckle. But whenever I think of a chuckle, I think of like anyway.
I apologize for those of you that are watching this.
But you can subscribe to YouTube and see all my ridiculous little nuances that I have. But anyway.
Indeed. So I don't know. I hope that answers George's question.
I think it does.
There's just not any real clear answers to his questions at this point.
As of right now, there's not. Remember, again, we're hoping to come out with this app. I kind of shame FAA. We got to get these done faster. Local FSDO realizes that. They're trying to be the arm of deployment, of getting stuff done, being practical. Utilize that help. Go to your local FSDO. There's normally 1 or 2 UAS guys there now, and just make friends and ask for help.
And do keep in mind that they're in the middle of a learning curve as well. And I would imagine, yeah, of course we all are. And so they're included in that. And they're getting comfortable with certain requests and the airspace related to those requests. And as they see more and more of them, it'll become more, oh yeah, that's cool, cool.
Yeah.
So it'll just get easier.
Again, it's all based on risk. It's all based on safety. Like,
and they're going to get more comfortable with the assessment of that risk.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, is that a Phantom? Oh, okay. Well, you probably won't even be able to fly there anyway. No, seriously, like sometimes to get the approval to fly in certain areas requires that you send DJI a written approval of flying in that airspace, and then they send you a cute little pretty link that lets you download a mirrored version of the DJI Go app. It's called DJI Go Unlimited, and it negates all the all the airspace that you requested. Although I do want to try it though myself, because someone has this on their iPad and the person has legal permission to have it. But I asked the question, like, does that leave open all the TFRs, all of the no-fly zones? Meaning, can you fly anywhere with it that now that you have that app, or is it just specific to your request?
Right.
And he's like, ooh, I don't know. Send me the app. I'm going to
gotta test that.
I want to test that. Yeah, I really do. So it's really interesting though, like, cause imagine if that got out on the internet somewhere, like you could download the Go Unlimited. Silence.
It'd be chaos, except that it wouldn't. I mean, I think you're still going to have responsible pilots, and for the most part, people
Let's be
do
clear.
what they're supposed to do.
We want responsible pilots. We want safety. We need to create an environment that harbors that safety, because at the end of the day, if people go out and do stupid stuff, flying over people, flying at the beaches, which happens all the time in California, it's going to give us a negative aspect to what we do. I think it's going to limit the possibilities that we currently have. And I think people are going to keep pushing the limits. So, keep pushing the limits if you're going to do it, but do it safely. Just don't fly over people. The FAA is working on this airspace stuff. Create a friend with FSDO, and I think you'll find you'll get what you like.
And be patient.
Yeah.
My mom
That's
always
really
said,
hard.
Patient people are happy people.
I know a lot of people are probably listening to this and being like, mother, boop. And, and I get it. I totally get it. People are pissed. People are going out and flying anyway.
They're pissed because they're trying to do it the right way.
Yeah, and it's just not happening.
And people are going and flying, making money, not doing it the right way. Yeah. And we get that. So you got to make a choice for yourself, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yes, you do.
Awesome. So thank you, George, for the question. Really appreciate it. You are in our drawing. Remember, we do this every 50 questions, every 50 podcasts. So when we get to 500, if your question was included in one of those podcasts, then we will include you in a drawing. And I just heard from our last winner.
Yes.
Finally got back to me. He's very, very excited. So he's got an annual membership, and he'll be jumping into the community. You guys can be a part of that as well. So get your questions in at askdroneu.com.
Definitely do that. And someone asked me a question about the 107 test prep stuff. They were saying, if I become a member of Drone U and I can't make it to a class, I can't take that time off, is that stuff available in the community? And I believe the answer is...
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, there's a lot of information in there, and a lot of people have used it. We do have the recorded version of our very first class that was held in Newport back in August. And I'll just say, people ask us, why would I go to one of these live ones when it costs more and I can just get it through the membership? I think there are a lot of really good reasons. One is you're in sort of an intensive, concentrated environment where all you're doing is learning with like-minded people. You can bounce questions off each other, off the instructors.
It helps you stay focused, number one.
Absolutely. You're focused. It's, like I said, it's intensive gathering of the information. It's just a different experience, and I think it's going to expedite the learning process. If you can't do that, that's fine. There is the membership version that you can go through.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is great as well.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us today. So be sure to become a member if you aren't already a member. Hope you're having an awesome time out there flying. I know it's getting cold. You know what that means when it gets cold. Battery time goes down. You got to keep those batteries warm. So just a quick tip from us. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. My name is Paul.
I'm Rob.
This is Ask Drone U. Just want to say a special thank you to Rob for sitting next to me every day, for Ilker for being our awesome producer, and also for Kirill, who edits this podcast that you hear every day. So thank you guys so much. See ya.